What's going on? It's Hell Broke Lucy Dupree. It's final. There is no level of stupidity that greed combined with Christianity will not stoop to. Good people, please wake up. Please. All of the evidence says that this is the last planet, the only planet we got. If we discovered light speed today, it would take 22 fucking years traveling at light speed to get to the nearest planet that they say may be inhabitable. The lie that God is going to come with a rupture is destroying our planet. What I appeal to you is, can't you have the compassion to care for the planet and the future and still have faith in your God and Jesus? The answer is obviously no, and that is why, in my mind, all of you selfish fucking Christians who are licking the ass of a non-existent ghost and the rest of the future can be damned are the most immoral, rotten, evil leftovers from fucking evolution on the planet. I just watched a TV program. It was what you call bullshit. I got a degree in bullshit. Bullshit is where you throw out some truth, you throw out some facts, you don't care which is which, as long as they promote your agenda. They started out with these Christian scientists stating accurately the age of the earth, the age of the fossil fuel in the earth. And the story led on, and then here comes the word God. God blessed us with this shit in the earth, with fossil fuel, coal in the earth. Let me tell you something. Science agrees there's about 44 years of accessible fossil fuel left on the planet. After that, it's going to be so hard to get, the price of gas is going to go through the roof. But never mind that. It wouldn't matter if there's 1,000,000 years of coal and oil in the ground. We are fucking up our climate with coal and fossil fuel. Last year alone, 1,200,000,000 Chinese died from breathing coal emissions and car emissions. Where is your Christian morality? Does believing in the rupture entitle you to vote for politicians that lick the joints of the greedy people who are so sociopathic that they don't care about their grandchildren? But let's get back to it. God? How do they bring God into what Darwin and the other scientists discovered? Evolution, the Big Bang. There's no basement low enough for a fucking Christian as long as they get to use the word God. Let me tell you something. Atheists don't hate God. My money is if there's a God, he'll endorse my page God Screw in every video I put out. Undoubtedly, he's not like humans, though, so he wouldn't kill you stupid motherfuckers. He'd just say, you can't have no more goddamn religion. This is a beautiful piece of art that I designed. The earth is just absolutely fucking breathtaking. And you're making the air unbreathable. This whole bullshit program was to promote that God put all of this fossil fuel here for us to burn and ruin our climate. Fuck the rivers. Fuck the air. I live in West Virginia. The most popular bumper sticker is Friends of Coal. I'm going to get a bumper sticker that says Friends of Oxygen. Around here, it'll take about 5 years for that to fucking sink in. Because there's two gods in this state, coal and Jesus. Now, I have asked and asked and asked one of you genius Christians to explain how that God that made the earth 4.6 billion years ago becomes the Jehovah that said the earth is 6,000 years old. And fuck you apologists that say, well, time is irrelevant to God and we don't know. And bullshit. The goddamn Jews wrote the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible. They wrote Numbers, the timeline of creation. The Jewish theologians tell you that there is no way on earth to interpret the age of the earth according to the Bible to be more than 6,000 years old. How are you going to connect the two? How are you going to connect the God that you say created the earth 4.6 billion years ago, and the son of a bitch that said he created it 6,000 years ago, blessed men who traded dick skins for wives, punished a man with 30 pieces of silver for raping a woman, and guess what her reward was? She got to marry her fucking rapist for the rest of her life, and this is from the mind of the Father that you call Jesus. Such a wimp that he couldn't even die for humanity. If there was a God that come and said, Steve, would you die if your family, just your family, could live forever? I'd race your ass to the top of the hill and nail my own goddamn ass to the stake. The Jesus story is the biggest pussy story, the biggest lie, the biggest con ever told. Nothing died. Now, I still want to hear from you sons of bitches how you're going to connect the God that created the universe 13.6 billion years ago, the earth 4.6 billion years ago, with that son of a bitch that talked through snakes, jackasses, and condemned a woman for wanting to be smart. There is no length that you won't go to get a God-blessed stamp of approval for ruining this planet. Why? For fucking money. There's not near as much money in solar energy as there is in fossil fuel. And you know what? Fracking is 78 times more harmful to the fucking planet than coal. You want to be stupid? Shut the fracking mines down and let's just go back to coal. We'll die slower. But maybe my granddaughter will live out her life, maybe. Fracking continues, she won't. Christianity is the most immoral, sinful, if there is such thing as sin, wicked, crooked, greedy, lying, earth-destroying, right-destroying, happiness-destroying concoction ever come up with man, and piss on anybody who makes any kind of simple excuse for a mass murderer. There is no excuse for it. Bart Ehrman, theologian, North Carolina, said there are no original documents of the Bible. So that means anybody could have wrote any fucking thing and said, this is a copy of the original. And then there was another one that said, this is a copy of the original. This is a copy of the original. A copy of the original. It's a crock of shit. It's all a lie. There's never been a miracle, because that would call for the suspension of the laws of the universe and we'd all be goddamn dead now. Of course, evolution, physics, and all that shit's over your simple head, because in the beginning of that book it said knowledge is sin, and goddamn if you don't follow that one. I've never met a Christian with a bit of knowledge worth a motherfuck. There is no length that Christianity will not go to support the greed that is starving millions of children in this country. You are immoral. None of you follow the words of Romans that says, obey the government. You have all twisted the Constitution to suit your goddamn lies. It's a separation of church and state. You have the right to go to your fucking church. The Satanists got the right to go to their church, and you are not superior to a Satanist under the Constitution. You people have serious mental problems. And if I have to do it all by myself, I will expose you every day until you assassinate me or until my time runs out. And then I'm just dead. But the difference between you and me is I am not a chicken shit. I realize that I am only one of 101 billion people born on this planet, and every fucking one of them died, and nobody's come back and told us a story about nothing. There is no evidence for a soul. There is no evidence for a miracle. I hear all this bullshit from people. I say, why don't you call up James Randi? Take your vision that you saw, that you know God talked to you, to James Randi and win your $1 million fucking dollars. I am sick of Christianity. This is my planet too. I have a beautiful granddaughter, and you rat bastards are ruining the planet through bullshit and propaganda, and I'll say at the closing of every video I make from now on. Anyone that votes for a Republican is a sociopath. A sociopath has no conscience about what happens to the world around them. They only want what they want now and fuck the world. That's a sociopath. Non-conscionable. John Boehner, Mitch McConnell want to send people to war, and the bastards don't want to pay for the troops when they get home. That's a sociopath. A sociopath approves of $1 trillion for a war in the Middle East and mocks Obama for wanting to spend $1 billion in Africa to get to the root of Ebola. How do you define stupid? How you like me now, motherfucker? I told you a while back, there is no limit to my rage at your evil machine, because there seems to be no limit to your damned evil. Hell broke loose, forever up your ass.